Picture this: a sudden military move that shakes the world order. Did you know there are ancient prophecies that some believe predict a Russian invasion of Israel? Whether you think it's fact or fiction, the ties between old texts, modern politics, and today's events are too intriguing to ignore. Prophecies have always fascinated us. They offer glimpses of what could be, wrapped in mystery. One of the most talked about predictions? A possible Russian invasion of Israel. This idea, rooted in ancient writings and revived by modern interpretations, has sparked debates among theologians, historians, and political experts. But what does this prophecy actually say? And could it have anything to do with the world we live in today? To really grasp this, let's look at what's happening now. The relationship between Russia and Israel is complicated. Russia is a global powerhouse with massive military influence, especially in the Middle East. Over the years, it's built strong alliances with countries like Syria and Iran. On the other hand, Israel, though small, is a key player in the region and a major ally of the West. This creates a tricky situation. Russia's support for Iran, a country openly hostile to Israel, raises questions. Are these just political maneuvers, or is there something bigger at play? And where do these ancient prophecies fit in? Let's dive into the prophecy itself. One of the most referenced sources is the Bible's book of Ezekiel, especially chapters 38 and 39. These chapters talk about a coalition of nations, led by Gog of the land of Magog, attacking Israel. Some scholars believe Magog refers to modern-day Russia, though interpretations vary widely. The text describes an invasion from the north, involving several nations teaming up to surround and attack Israel. It also mentions divine intervention that leads to the destruction of the invaders. This imagery has inspired countless discussions among religious thinkers and conspiracy theorists alike. In today's context, many see parallels between Ezekiel's words and current events. Russia's military actions in Syria, its growing partnership with Iran, and its ambitions in the Middle East all seem to align with these ancient descriptions. Some experts even point to Russia's history of pushing its influence southward as another piece of the puzzle. But is this just reading too much into things? Critics argue that prophecies are often vague and open to interpretation. Still, it's hard to ignore the connections between the text and what's happening now. Whether you're a believer or a skeptic, the discussion is captivating. What really grabs attention is how closely this prophecy seems to mirror real life. Think about it. Russia's recent moves, like annexing Crimea, getting involved in Syria's civil war, and cozying up to Iran, all seem to fit the picture painted in Ezekiel. The nations mentioned in the prophecy, like Persia, modern-day Iran, and Togarma, often linked to Turkey, sound a lot like current alliances. Religious leaders and analysts who study these prophecies argue that these aren't just coincidences. They believe we could be witnessing the early stages of something significant. But there's another side to this. It's important to remember that ancient texts can be interpreted in many ways. It's easy to see patterns when you're looking for them. Still, the possibility that these prophecies could be playing out is enough to give anyone pause. What if they're right? What if we're living through events that were predicted thousands of years ago? So, here's what we know. The idea of a Russian invasion of Israel has deep roots in both ancient prophecy and modern geopolitics. Whether you see Ezekiel's words as a warning, a metaphor, or just a coincidence, the connections to today's events are striking. At the very least, they make us think about the bigger picture and the forces shaping our world. What do you think? Are these prophecies something to take seriously, or are they just stories? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and while you're at it, check out my other videos diving into similar mysteries. Let's explore these fascinating topics together.